responders, and pray that you watch over them and protect them as they do their work on a daily basis in Christ's name.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas, one state. Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to our meeting. The record show that all the commissioners are present. And do we have any citizen comments? Okay, we've got Gracia here this morning. I will remind you all that this is I often refer to this as a time that we're going to be rude to you. We're going to let you talk, but we're not going to talk back to you. Probably. But you do have 3 minutes thereabouts, and each of you can have the 3. So we'll allocate 5 or 6 minutes here for y'all to talk to us this morning. So at this time, we'll let you have the floor.
Thank you. First, I would like to thank you for retaining the fairgrounds under the county's jurisdiction. I think that's appropriate, and I think we've got a good way forward working with the county. We do have a new manager out there, very encouraged about the background that he's got and the things that he's already talking about liking to bring in, which would help to increase our revenue. I would like to ask you, though, to give him a chance to prove what he can do. This young man, well, he's younger than me, has a good background. He has some wonderful connections to bring in different kinds of shows, not only from his background, but his wife is things like dog shows and flower shows that we could bring in that don't require a lot of setup and activity out there. However, the things that do require a lot of setup require 2 full-time people. Now, we spend a lot of time out there. Anybody that has cattle or horses knows that in the stalls, you gotta mug out the stalls after everybody's been there. We had a program this week, and there were probably 30 to 40 horses, 30 to 40 stalls needed mugging out. I figure 30, 45 minutes a stall. You know, that takes time for them to do. I would like to request that. I understand the budget has pretty much remained the same for the coming year, and I would respectfully request that you consider leaving a full-time person out there to help. It does take 2 full-time people. I mean, the young man cannot be in the office answering the phone, scheduling events to bring in money if he's out mugging out stalls or trying to set up the pens. And when you set up the pens, if anybody's been out there and watched, one person can't do it. You have to take the forklift, pick up the gates or the panels. You gotta get them just right, get them into the little things where you drop the pin, get off the tractor, go try to be sure they're there and drop them in. You gotta be almost an addiction to be able to do it. So that there does need to be help. And I understand that we do use the inmates, but the inmates are not guaranteed. I mean, sure, you may have a jail full of people out there, but none of them might be appropriate to be able to go out under someone else's supervision. Or, you know, the way people are now, the babies don't want to work. But anyway, I would respectfully request that you consider leaving the full-time position, and let's give the young man a year to see what he can do. Give him that opportunity with our support.
Okay. And I wanted to show you this weekend, they had what was called a sorting, which is where they put up, there's 4 pens there. They use 2 at a time. They'll put 10 cows in 1 pen, and then the problem is you have to get
10 of those cows out by a certain number in sequence. You draw a number, so if you draw 7, you gotta go 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're cutting, these are cutting horses like you see in the rodeo where the horses are doing this. Well, this setup took 2 days, 2 full days for the new manager and the young man that's out there right now who knows what to do. Now this pen has to be set up so that there's exactly the right amount of circle. I don't know how else to say it. They crisscross it with string, put a pin in the middle, and then take a string and draw a circle, and it can only be 3 inches one way or the other. So if it's too short, they have to push a pin in. If it's too long or too wide, they have to pull it back. So this took, I mean, they worked 2 full days. So I want you to know, okay, I don't know if you can see it, some of these pins have right there where my finger is, that's a gate. Okay, that gate weighs at least 150 pounds. One person out there can't put it on. You gotta have the tractor with the forklift on it so that you can lift it, and you can only carry one of these at a time. So you go, and there's, I don't remember how many gates, there's almost 100 panels. And I wanted to show you just to see what it was. I'm gonna put this over there so y'all, Mr. Tranky, if you take this and pass it down, let them look at it. But it takes a lot to set that up. Now, each one of those is, this gentleman says he's coming back 4 more times this next year. And they brought in some money to the area. We called Billy B's, and there was 15 people out there. That was Friday night, Saturday night. I don't know what they did, they did say something. But anyway, I wanted you to be able to see, have a clue what goes on. There's a lot of work to setting up the panels and pins and things like that. Y'all have any questions? You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it. If they don't answer your question or get you confused.
Thank you very much. We'll keep this in our minds.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank y'all. Okay, next item on the agenda is our consent agenda, and I hope y'all had a chance to go over that. Is there any ideas or motions?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, let's go to our regular agenda. We're gonna talk first about the county burn ban. Matt, what do you think?
We're still at 641, Judge. That's rain.
Yeah. All right, so, unless anyone has anything to say about that, we'll wait till we get on the rain, we'll keep that burn down. Okay, number 8, receive and approve a safety report concerning the accidents and safety concerns this past month. I thought we'd already done that.
Already did that.
Yeah, so we'll pass that. I think we've already done that. Okay, except for record, the required county operation from the officials, we've got monthly operation report from county officials. Actually, I think we've done that before. Anyway, so we got that in the banner, we got that report, take a motion and a second to approve it. Any other discussion on the favor, say aye. Now we've got the Jennifer here. We've got about, I don't know what, 10 items that we're going to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Now, we will need to do these one at a time as they come up. And so go ahead and tell us what we're talking about.
Okay, so the first one is to approve room G1 downstairs is the main early voting polling place for the November 5th general election.
So moved. Second. We have a motion and a second to approve that. Say aye. Any opposed? Item B.
B is approving the Mejia Civic Center as its Gray Branch early voting polling location.
Second. We got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? It'll pass. Item C.
That is for hours and dates for early voting by personal appearance. Now, what I've submitted to you It's the same across the board at both places, 8 to 5 the first week, 7 to 7 Saturday, 10 to 4 Sunday, 7 to 7 the week of October 28th and November 1st. The reason why there are so many extended hours is because the law requires it now. We're required to have the Saturday and Sunday voting, we're required to have 12 hours on Saturday, and we're required to have 12 hours each second week of early voting. Now, I know this in the runoff election, we switched the Mahia hours a little bit, we adjusted them and did the extended hours here in Groesbeck, but that was mainly because the biggest race on the ballot was a Groesbeck-centered race. This time I submitted for the same across the board at both places.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. One discussion I want to say about that before we vote on it. Is I want to make sure, did you put on this in your budget? This extra time that you're.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None passed. Item D.
This is to serve all registered voters and both early voting locations.
We have a motion. Second. And a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Passed. Item E.
This is for method of voting. We recommend optical scan ballots for early voting by mail and direct reporting electronic voting as a method for early voting by personal appearance on election day.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Item E.
We are required to appoint a presiding and alternate judge for Central Count. I have submitted myself as presiding and Kristen as alternate.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Passed. Item F. What's that?
Building compensation, at this time, we pay $50 per building, and I request no change at this time.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Item H.
This is for compensation for election workers. I'm requesting $12 an hour, which is what we currently pay. A flat fee of $25 for in-person election day training. I don't see us doing in-person training at this time. I'll probably do a video like I did before, but should the need arise, then that's what I'm requesting for that. And then delivery of election supplies on election night is $25 for the delivery with including mileage.
Second. Motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Item number I.
Lastly, this is to publish the notice of election in the Groesbeck Journal.
I would do that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that one, I'm so sorry. Okay, we have a building out at Denver, but there are no facilities there, so we were asking to rent a porta potty to put out at the Denver polling location for election day.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve the porta potty. Second to approve the porta potty. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Now we're going to.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so this is the notice of election that I need approval for the judge to sign it and so that I can publish it in the Groesbeck Journal.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much.
Hurry back.
Let's go to item number 11. We got some budget transfers. Number one, we have discussed taking action on budget transfer 684 from the district clerk. That's going to be covered. All right, that's going to be to cover the summons distribution. It's do account for the jury summons distribution. They're going to want to move around about 4682. What's your pleasure on that move? Have a motion?
Second.
And a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. All right, now then, let's go to the road and bridge, what I think it is.
We got an election.
That's district. B is going to be, election, I'm sorry. Discuss take action on the budget transfer 685 from elections. You understand that she needs some extra supplies, and wants to move around $1,000. Second. Motion and second to approve that. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? None passed. Okay, let's go down to the, discuss take action on budget transfer 686 for road and bridge. I want to move around, some money here for access road materials.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Item passed. Item number 12 is adjournment. We have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye. And adjourned.
What's up with this?